Hey guys, it's one of my favorite times of the year. Joaquim is here to cut down all of the grass on the farm and turn it into hay bales. We can see just how these blades make short work of this grass. It's incredible. And Joaquim's an absolute pro, look at that, hey? I mean, he's not even slowing down, he's just spinning right round. These tractors are actually quite different to drive in comparison to a car. You get two brakes. So you have a brake for the left wheel and a brake for the right wheel. Joaquim, tudo bem? Sim.
Joaquim não brinca em serviço.
Joaquim não brinca em serviço. Yeah, exactly. That means Joaquim doesn't mess around. Joaquim terminado. Terminou. He's finished.
Muito frio.
Muito frio, yeah. Joaquim saying that it's very cold. It's actually strange because the last couple of days it was boiling hot. And now, yeah, it's definitely gotten a bit cooler. So these are the blades that have been chopping through everything, and you can imagine, I mean, the kind of work that they've just done to get through all of this grass is just crazy. Just look at this. A lot of it's also quite green still, so it's really difficult to cut. And how is that for a grass cutter? Obrigado, Joaquim.
Tudo bom.
So as I was saying, there's two brakes, two brake pedals, and the one does the one wheel and the other one does the other wheel. And when Joaquim does those tight turns, he's braking with the inner wheel to turn even tighter. Awesome. It's about 6 days later, and we've had some incredibly hot weather. I don't know if you can see up in the sky, everything's all like sort of hazy. We've had this Sahara dust that's come past. Anyway, today's a bit of a cooler day, so Joaquim's out here with what's called a wheel rake, and he's raking up all of the grass into long rows. And the reason for these long rows is so that when he comes with his round hay baler, he can just go straight over, pick it up and turn it into hay bales. You can see just how well the grass cutter did it, actually cutting all the grass here, look. It's completely shaved. So this stuff is really dry. It's been cut and sitting, well, it's been sat for about 6 days, and we've had an extreme heat wave. It's gone up to like 37, 38 degrees Celsius, so it wasn't really a great day to be doing it yesterday or for the last couple of days, which is why it's come today. And the reason for these grass bales is for Joaquim's sheep. He has a whole stack of sheep. This is only some of them, and in the summer months all of this grass over here is going to disappear and they need stuff to eat, so that's why we bale it up so they can have summer food. And we have so much grass all over our fields and we don't really have that much to do with it, so it's a really nice swap. Joaquim comes, cuts the grass, bales it, takes it away. I don't have to worry about the fire risk in the summertime, and Joaquim's sheep get something tasty to eat. We've done this for quite a few years, and I only just found out this year that this is called a wheel rake for obvious reasons. It's a rake that has like little wheels on the back. You can see it's quite a quick device. It's sweeping up, grabbing and sweeping up all of the hay and pushing it into rows. I always just called it the hay sweeper for all of these years. You can see just how effective it is. Picks everything up. So Joaquim's going to make another little road going through here, and that saves him from having to go on the other side of the vineyard here and have to come all the way around to get to this section. He's just going to take out this pole, a little bit of wire, and then use this as a road. Look at this old tractor. How absolutely awesome is this thing? And here's a better look at this wheel rake. Amazing. Such a simple thing, and yet so effective. Right, so here's the gap that he's made, and he's going up now. I wonder if this rake is going to get caught. I think the rake's going to get caught. It's quite precarious because we've got like a bit of a climb there, and you don't want to go off with one wheel on your tractor. Oh, okay. He did it. Nice. Joaquim's such a pro with this tractor. Nothing stops him. Right, so he's loading up, lining up for the next one. And there we go. So the farm's going to have its haircut. It's going to look completely different to what it's been looking like for the whole of spring. You can see we've got our little farmhouse in the background, the Gardenia Mountains. It's still quite nice and green in our vineyard, but yeah, I need to come back down and cut all of this before it turns dry. It's all for you, little sheepies, all for you, all of this work. So for those of you that don't know, Joaquim is my neighbor, and well, as I said earlier, these are his dairy sheep. So he produces milk and that goes into a cheese. This cheese is actually a cheese that won first place. It's called Suelero cheese. It won first place in the World Cheese Awards. So that's pretty amazing. They produced that cheese in this region here in Suelero, and yeah, how awesome is that? Some of the grass that comes off these fields goes into one of the best cheeses in the world. Big thanks to Reolink for sponsoring this week's video. They've just released the brand new Reolink Altus, and I find it the perfect camera for using all over our farm because it has dual band Wi-Fi 6. That basically gives it very good Wi-Fi range. It also has a massive battery inside, and that battery is also topped up by a 6-watt solar panel. So it's a really good off-grid setup. Now, this also makes installation really simple because you don't need to wire it up with a network cable, you don't need a long power cable and find a plug socket to get mains electricity. It basically gives you a lot more freedom when choosing the best place to put your camera. It's weatherproof, it can withstand extreme temperatures from minus 20 degrees Celsius all the way up to plus 55 degrees Celsius, which in American terms is minus 4 to plus 131, I believe. In the brains of the camera is AI. When it detects motion, it starts recording a video and sends you real-time notifications telling you whether a person, an animal, or a vehicle has triggered that particular recording. You can use the Reolink app, which is available on Android, iPhone, and PC. To log directly into the camera, you can watch in real time, see what the camera's seeing, or you can play back any of that previous recorded footage. The Reolink Altus can record footage directly onto a micro SD card, so you just plug in a little memory card at the bottom. It accepts cards of up to 512 gigabytes, huge cards. That's half a terabyte, months and months and months of storage. They also offer a cloud storage service, which is essentially online backup for your camera's video recordings. Now, one of the best features for me is the huge battery. Now, according to the Reolink website, if this camera was to record 5 minutes of alerts every single day, so 5 minutes of recordings, this battery will last up to 540 days. It also means that you can record continuously for 8 days on a single charge. That is pretty immense. Another unique feature is called Color X Night Vision. It's got this 1-inch aperture lens, and that basically gives it the ability to see in real low light conditions. Now, as long as there's a tiny bit of light, maybe a little bit of moonlight, or maybe in your area you've got a street lamp or something, you're going to be able to see at nighttime with a bit of color images at night. If you're in a completely dark area and there's absolutely no light, then it does also have these built-in spotlights here that are going to illuminate the area and also deter potential intruders. Now, if you're interested in this camera, if you're interested in any of Reolink's other cameras, I'm going to put a link in the video description below where you're going to be able to buy these with a really nice discount. So go and check them out now. So I'm wearing my big hat today for flies. When you do this to the grass, the places like this is where the flies normally hang out in the fields and on the grasses and things like that. And when you cut the grass, when you sweep the grass up, when you disturb the ground, all of a sudden all of the flies become really bad. And like right now at the farmhouse, it's just a ton of flies. So I'll be quite happy once all of this grass is taken away and the fields are prepared, ready for summer, and then the flies die back down again. I'm using Gina's little bike today because, well, it was the first one available to grab. It's such a cool little thing to zoot around the farm on. And yeah, I also quite like it because it's a step through. So I just have to step straight through. Not very masculine, I know. But, you know, I don't have to swing my leg over. So Gina's in Porto, at the moment she's with her dad. Her dad's on a trip up there. He's going to go on some kind of cruise ship up the Douro River. Gina's going to go and join him up there for a couple of days. So I'm home alone, and so far I'm behaving myself quite well. I'm not sure if you saw in the last vlog, but things are looking quite different here. Look, our green lawns are all completely gone. You know, at this time of year I'm not going to be wasting water on wait, let me just park this bike. I'm not going to be wasting water on, you know, watering lawns and stuff. What we are watering are veggies. Today is super hot, so we've got some covers over the veggies there, but we've got some lettuces, tomatoes, onions and things like that. And then I've got something here. I haven't quite set it up properly yet, but this is a new solar system. It's called plug-in solar, and what that basically is you have two solar panels, an inverter which is just down there, and you plug it directly into a wall socket in your house. And what it does is this, well, these are 800 watts of panels, so potentially it could provide 800 watts straight into the house, and whatever appliances are in the house that are using up to 800 watts, it'll come from the panels. And if you use something that's more than 800 watts, it'll take it from the grid. So during the day we're pretty much running off solar, and then it's only at night time that obviously the panels aren't going to work, and that we're using the grid. So I'll be quite keen to see how that works. It's something that we've obviously bought with our own money, but so far I'm very impressed. I'm not sure if the camera's picking up these flies that are buzzing all over the place here. It's painful. Look at that. But yeah, this is part and parcel of living in a rural area, of living on a farm, of having sheep and chickens and things like that. You unfortunately get flies at certain times of the year, but what I've learned in experience is that after all of this grass is baled up and taken away, and then Joaquim's going to come with his tiller and he's basically going to till the fields. After all of that is done, then the fly population completely dies down, and then Gina and I can enjoy being outside without having to wear silly hats and stuff like that. It's a very odd day today. We've had this really nice sort of 37, 38 degree temperatures for like the last couple of days, and now everything's gone like really hazy. Even when we had this hot weather, everything was like really hazy, and when you look up it's like a sort of, well, you can see, I mean, look at the camera footage, it's got like this yellowy tint, there's no shadows anywhere, and we just have this like hazy sky. And yeah, I don't remember it being like this six odd years ago when I first arrived in Portugal. We've set up a couple of little sun lounges over here. It was much nicer when everything was green, but it's actually still quite nice, you know, not on a day like today, but on a day when the flies aren't too bad and the sky is blue and the sun is shining, and you spin around and we've got some nice views. I have actually filled up the pool, so our little dipping pool's all filled up. Just need a paint around the outside of the pool and the side of the house here, but the pool itself's been painted blue. Just got this little cover on at the moment to stop the leaves from falling in, but I've got something exciting that should be arriving hopefully soon, and it's a pool cleaner. It's a robotic pool cleaner, so hopefully that arrives soon. I can't wait to test it out, and then I don't have to have this stupid cover on the whole time because of this vine. This spring was one of the wettest on record, and we had such green lawns here. It was so beautiful, and it's actually been such a lovely year because I had all these robotic mowers that were basically keeping all of the grasses cut for me. So a real pleasure, because I used to have to work quite hard cutting all the grasses, but now look, the grasses are all gone. Unfortunately, this is what we're left with. When the summer heat comes, we won't even have this, it'll just be dust. Amazing, huh? Incredible that it can go from such greenery, so lush and so green, into pretty much a desert. But that's what I love about staying here, is each season is just completely different and everything looks so completely different. This is actually why Gina made this over here, which we jokingly call her lady garden, and obviously this gets watered and we've got all sorts of stuff growing off it. We've got some vines that cover here and put some shade on the house, and obviously lots and lots of greenery and lots of little flowers. It's looking quite wild at the moment. Gina needs to sort her lady garden out. But yeah, in the summer when everything else is turned brown, this is a lovely lush little spot. It's a place that the chickens enjoy as well. They sit here in the shade. Actually, while I'm walking around showing plants and flowers and stuff, I might as well show you what Gina's planted this year in the veggies. So We've been eating a lot of these. These are the lettuces. As you can see, they've bolted, so you can't really eat them now because they're quite bitter. But what we've been doing is we've been pulling these out, giving them to the chickens. We've got some tomatoes going, and we have some salad onions, some red onions, some white onions, some peppers, and we've got this little shade cloth on the top because obviously it's been super hot. But yeah, we've got a bunch of veggies and some more lettuces. I just wanted to point out that some of this grass was so tall, it's above head height. So let me just stand next to this here and show you. So I don't know if you can see this here, but we've got a lot of very tall grass. I mean, look at this as we go down. This is the stuff on the edges that hasn't been cut with the cutter, but yeah, tallest grass I've ever seen on the farm. Oh, there we go. Joaquim's obviously finished the big field on this side. He's got this little section to do, and then there's a big field on the very end. I asked him if he was going to be baling it today, because obviously everything looks really dry. All of the straw looks really dry because it's been lying out for like 6 days in the heat. And he said no, actually it needs to sit in these piles for a little bit more. He grabbed some of it and he kind of like you know, well, cracked it in half or bent it in half and said that it needs to sit for about a day, maybe 2 days, and then that it's gonna roll up nicely for his hay bales. So yeah, I think we're going to check in a little bit later and see what that looks like. Eddie, what's going on over here? Look at the grass. What happened to your grass, Eddie? It's all gone. There we go. Here we go, Pac-Man in reverse.